Oh, I've put my phone down somewhere. There it is. I couldn't find it. It's been a morning already and it's only just coming up to 11 o'clock. How can this be happening? To which I know the answer. Um, Let me just... Ooh, there's a thought. That's a thought. So we have a bit of an issue with the Merry and Bright, promotion, because the online store for customers has gone. So I'm just trying to do 5 things at once because I want to get the I want to get the live stream on here, and there we are. And I want to make sure that I can still see our website so that I can work out when everything goes okay. Morning Lorna, morning Renee, morning Nora. 9 p.m. in Queensland. Wow. So, I don't know what it's like in Queensland, but in the UK, morning Jan, in the UK, and therefore Europe, the online store, as far as the Merry and Bright promotion, has gone belly up. It was working first thing when it went live at 11 o'clock UK time last night, and about 2.5 hours ago ish, it decided that the only item it would show under the promotion was one of the host sets, which is not included in the promotion anyway. So that was helpful. Is your lovely cousin on yet, Lorna? I don't know. Who is your lovely cousin? Morning, Wendy March. So, yes, it's down. Okay, so it's obviously not just Europe. Great. Not quite sure if that's good or bad, actually. So if I hear that it's back up again during the live, I am going to post a post. I'm going to publish a post on my website that I've got ready to go to say it's working again. So I apologise for that in advance. So I was going to say it's the Merry and Bright promotion today, and you can get 10% off almost everything in the annual catalogue today. But at the moment you can't. So I'm going to have a slug of coffee because I think I might need it. Boy, that's hot. 2 a.m. in the morning in Calgary. Wow. Nicole's joined us. Yay! Haven't seen... Well, actually, I did see Nicole at the weekend because we had... she popped up last week. Jill McGowan. Okay. Thank you, Lorna. I will keep an eye out for her. So, yes, Nicole and I and Wendy and Jan were at an online retreat this weekend. Team retreat, 2 days of crafting fun. I even managed to get some of the projects done, not all of them. But yes, so that was good. So lots and lots of chat. We had a Zoom room with, at one point there were something like 50 of us in the Zoom room, although there were over 100 people who had signed up for the retreat. This was a Stamping Up demonstrator team only event. So yes, it was not a customer event, but it's one of the perks of being a demonstrator is we get all this fun. I'm just going to check. No, that's fine. Say I'm going to be kind of on and off checking how things are going, because thank you, Lorna, for sharing. I will come on to that in a moment, because yeah, as soon as it goes live again, I want people to know, because I've already had emails from customers saying I want to place an order and it's not working. So yeah, great start to the day. Claire's here as well, and Valerie. Excellent. So now I need to get something down there. So let me do the housekeeping, get that out of the way. So it's Tuesday the 24th of November. It is just gone 11 o'clock. No, it's not. It's just coming up to 11 o'clock UK time. This is a Facebook Live on my Facebook business page. I'm sharing it to the Old Stables Crafty Hangout as well. Hello, Sandra. 7 o'clock, sunny in warm and in Perth, Western Australia. I like Perth. That's only to say it's the only part of Australia I've been to, so I can't really comment about anything else. But I did like Perth. I went there about 30 years ago. Anyhow, I'm digressing. So, yes, it is now 11 o'clock on Tuesday, the 24th of November. This is a Facebook Live on my YouTube channel and on my Old Stables Crafty Hangout. If you can see a live button in the top right-hand corner, a red live button in the top right-hand corner, you are with me live, and that's lovely. If you don't see the red live button in the top right hand corner, you are watching the replay, particularly if it is not 11 o'clock on Tuesday the 24th of November. This will also be posted on YouTube, and on YouTube it will not be live because this is a Facebook Live, so on YouTube it will be a replay. However, wherever you are watching it, if you are watching between now and the end of the second Sunday from now, which will be whenever in December, if you share the video and type the word shared in the comment by the end of Sunday week, then you will get entered into a prize draw. So whether that's on YouTube or Facebook, and you also can enter twice. So you can enter once from YouTube and once from Facebook. Best part of Oz and COVID free. Oh, I wish we were, but it is a lovely part of Oz. Morning, Wendy Porter from North Devon, and Audrey from soon to be rainy Scotland. It's dull at the moment, but great news about your Martin, Audrey. So that's good. So, what else can I tell you other than hopefully we're going to have a 10% off. Oh, I know what else I can tell you. Oh, this is so exciting. So, demonstrators get to order from the new mini catalogue. New mini catalogue. Is that the new? No, that's not the new mini catalogue. New mini catalogue. I can only show you the front cover. New mini catalogue. Woo woo. Not allowed to show you anything else. New mini catalogue. Yes, we can pre-order from that anything we want from the 1st of December. So, assuming that the Merry and Bright promotion actually gets its behind in gear, if you wanted to become a Stampin' Up demonstrator and get the items from the new mini catalogue a month early, in fact more than a month early, if you sign up today, your starter kit, you can put items that are 10% off in your starter kit. So you get almost £50 free. That does include the free shipping. So for £99, you get almost £50 free. And then you'll be able to get items from the new mini catalogue and earn celebration items in December. Just saying. And this is the best reason ever. The new mini cut and emboss machine. It's going to be released to demonstrators on the 1st of December. Whoop, whoop. Can't believe it. Finally. Customers, sorry, have to wait until January. So, yes, a really great time to sign up. So, let me just check. I can't even remember how much the new mini cut and emboss machine is. It's going to be somewhere around here. Bear with me one moment. Yes, I did just lick my finger, but you know what? It's my finger and I can lick it because I'm not going to give myself coronavirus. £56. So if you sign up as a demonstrator, you can get 20% off that. Just saying. Not all of the plates are available yet because the magnetic plate generally has been withdrawn whilst they just do some more testing on it. If you've got the magnetic plate, you should be getting an email with information on a credit for the magnetic plate, so fingers crossed. So, I've got 4 what I hope are going to be really pretty projects for you today. As ever, if you place an order of at least £25 using the Facebook Live host code, which is this, so JQEJ63AV, and I'll have it on my work surface the whole time. Hello, Margaret. Then you will get the packs to make your own versions of these. They're mostly die cuts and ribbons and that sort of thing. I am going to be using Itty Bitty Christmas because I love this set to go with it, but you can add your own sentiments if you wish. I may not be adding sentiments to all of them, but yes. So, and I had a really productive day yesterday getting lots of projects ready for the rest of this week. So I'm so excited. Quite a lot of them use the Stitched Stars dies, which is what I'm going to be using. So, what else can I tell you now? Ooh, Margaret, I got your note, and that's all been done, so that will be with you soon, while I remember. Thank you for sending that through. Margaret has cashed in her Sunflower Awards, so that's... I love giving out Sunflower Awards, and then letting people have free stuff, because for every 10 Sunflower Awards you get as a customer, you get to send them back to me and spend up to £30 on product of your choice, and I then buy it for you and send it off. So yay! So do remember, and that's for every £30 you spend in an order. So if you spend £25 in one order and £25 in another order, you don't get any. But if you spend £30 in an order, you get one. £60 in an order, 2, etc., etc. And once you've got 10, you get to spend £30 on for free. Just send me the vouchers and you get the stuff from me for free. Anywho, enough gabbing from me. I'm just having a look to check which order I'm going to do these in. That's nothing to do with that project. And I haven't actually designed these. All I've done is cut things out. And I'm hoping they're going to work. So, let me get my high-tech piece of washi tape and flip you round. And then I want to do that. Stop coming undone. And then I may need to just adjust a wee bit. Yes, because I don't like skew width. And we want the top. We want as much of my grid paper as we can get. That's it. Goodie. Right, so I'm going to put this down the side here, so you can still see it, but it's kind of out of the way a bit. I can now take my glasses off, because I can now see. I do, however, need a tissue, because hot drinks and my nose equals a runny nose. Right, okay, so let me show you the dies first, because they are gorgeous. These are in the annual catalogue. Just saying, assuming we ever get the online store up and running again, we will be able to get these at 10% off. I'm just refreshing that. No, it's still not working. I just thought it was a good moment to refresh my screen. So these are the Stitched Stars. You get, how many dies are there? 23 dies. Just notice your request that we tell you what. It's the sheet of sentiments with matching die. Genius. Isn't that just genius? It's in the mini catalogue. So yes, Lorna, who is on my team, one of the items in the mini catalogue that I don't have but will be getting, I know Wendy March has already bought it because she was able to get product purchase premiere by going to On Stage at Home, and it's effectively a background stamp with lots of sentiments and then a die, one die, but that is huge, that die cuts them all out. So you can do one stamping and have all those sentiments ready to make your cards. It's brilliant. Well done for spotting that, Lorna. A, that you spotted it's a brilliant stamp set, but also that, yes, I did ask which would be your next item to buy if you haven't already bought, well, that you haven't already bought. So 23 dies. There are, let me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitched stars, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 standalone kind of outlines, which I'll be using one of today. And then these fit round or over a star. So these little items here, let me pick one up. These, I will be using them on my second project. You just got that this morning, which the new sentiment stamp set, brilliant, love it. So yes, these fit onto a star to make it more, more exciting. And these little items here also fit round a star. So yeah, it's on my list of things to get, but I haven't got it yet. There is this wonderful, wonderful scroll, which not only is a scroll, but it also has stars that pop out. Using that twice today because it's gorgeous. And then there's this separate swirl as well, which we're not using, but yeah. And I'm using more of these later in the week, and maybe even be next week. I really did have quite a good day yesterday. I was re-watching the first series of His Dark Materials on BBC before I start watching the second series. Loved the books, really enjoying the TV show. More coffee. Right, okay, so first project. This is actually quite a plain project, but it's not, if you see what I mean. So I've die cut I'm using the Balmy Blue glimmer paper from the, thank you Claire for sharing. I'm using the Balmy Blue glimmer paper from the August-December catalogue because Balmy Blue is one of the colours in the paper that I'm using, which is all Snowflake Splendour, spelt with a U if you're in the UK. Spelt with a U wherever you are, actually. I'm also using some of the metallic mesh ribbon, just to add a little bit. So I've got a standard half-sheet card base. I know a lot of you are not in A4 world, so I'm just going to call it a standard half-sheet card base. I've got a piece of the Snowflake Splendour Designer Series paper, which is my usual 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Piece of vellum, which is 5.5 by 3 3/4. I will have measurements, including for North American cardstock, on my website. This will go live tomorrow if everything goes according to plan, because hey, everything else is going according to plan at the moment, so why shouldn't this? One of the stitched stars, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you the stitching. Let me see what I can find that is dark enough to hopefully, because I think the vellum is going to be the best place to see the stitching. I've got a piece of Merry Malot, I think. Can you see the stitching? Just here, there's stitching. I would zoom in, but for those of you who ask why I can't zoom in or why I'm not zooming in, it's because this camera doesn't zoom. I am still playing when I've got the time, which isn't at the moment, with my my streaming platform, but as yet I haven't been able to get that sorted out. Having technical issues, don't even understand them. So this, I've got adhesive on the back. Some of the pieces have popped out already. I'm hoping that when I peel it off, it will just magically remove the bits that are currently there. I am also going to be using quite a lot of embellishments, not least of all where I've got vellum as a layer, because that's always an interesting challenge. But having said that, I'm actually going to be covering the middle with this mesh. So in fact, that's the first thing I'm going to do, is work out where I'm going to have my star, which I think I'm going to have there at an angle. And there I'm going to pop a glue dot, just so that I've got the beginnings of adhesion. So just there I'm going to have a glue dot so that I can pop this onto here. I want it straight, as in square would be nice. Now you can, I'm not a great fan of it, but you can cover the whole of your vellum with the adhesive sheet, which then means that it's got the same amount of stick showing through. But I like the fact that the vellum, can you see that you can definitely see the glue? So having glue attaching to paper means that the vellum hasn't got that ethereal look to it, and I want the ethereal look. So the next thing I want to do is attach my mesh, and I'm going to use tear and tape because it's kind of easy. So it's not going to go all the way to the edge, but I might take my tear and tape pretty much all the way to the edge. Ooh, don't want it quite that long. So let's pop that down. So it's actually sort of sunny here today at the moment. It's got greyish clouds, and I think it's going to be a little overcast later, but tomorrow we are going to get rain. So the forecast says. So I have no doubt that the forecast is going to be pretty accurate. Now I'm just pressing that down so that it doesn't lift off when I lift off the backing sheet, and I'm going to grab a silicone mat, get my card base out of the way, because I want to be able to pop this down. Now this, because it's only on one spot, is twisting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that there are going to be some other areas that will have embellishment, because I know there will be. So I'm going to do this kind of back to front. So my star is going to go there. So I'm going to have embellishment kind of splattered around. But I want to just make sure that I don't. So I'm going to add, oh, that's a bit bigger than I meant it to be. I'm going to add some little dots of Tombow. Might have to do a cluster there. Little baby dots of Tombow. Just in a few strategic places. Don't need a huge amount to settle it down. You just need some. So I've got pretty much all four corners now there, and I'm just going to make sure that this is then straight. It's already getting gluey, so that's good. Right, so let's take that off, lift up my piece of paper, and I can see through my silicone mat. I realise that you can't, but I can. So I'm going to just lay my, how much did I give? About ½ an inch, ¾ of an inch. So I'm going to lay my bits of mesh down and just kind of get them roughly where I need them. Oh, that's not a bad guess actually. So that's there. Before I lift off my adhesive from this end, and then I can flip this round and keeping it reasonably straight. I don't want to pull it too hard, because if you pull it, it shrinks from side to side. So you want it to be reasonably loose. Otherwise it will shrink in its width. So there we go. So that's that. And I'm now going to attach it to my card so that I don't have to worry about it being sticky on the background. Stamp and seal. Now, someone gave me a tip this weekend. If your seal doesn't instantly run, if you use your silicone mat, it's got just enough resistance that it will start it going. So if you find that you are having a problem with it starting, so I've now got a little bit of seal there, which will just roll off. So if you find you've got a problem, just worth bearing that in mind. I generally don't have a problem, but, you know, occasionally. And I'm going to put a piece in the middle and then get rid of my mat. Make sure I know which way up is. Not that at this stage it matters too much. And then pop that there. And then before I attach my star, I'm going to attach my balmy blue. My balmy blue. Oh, and that's typical. Right, so it's not releasing all of the little bits. How annoying. So I may have to I'm just going to press them and hope that that gives enough release so that when I do remove the backing, they will go. Looks like they are. Thank you, Nora, for sharing. How are things in Ireland at the moment, vis-a-vis lockdowns and things? I get so confused as to what's happening everywhere. We are due to come out of our current lockdown. This is in England because it's different in Wales and Scotland as well. It's different everywhere. We're due to come out of our lockdown the day after my father's 90th birthday, which is not ideal. As in, it would be nice to not have him in lockdown on his 90th birthday, because it's the only 90th birthday he's going to get. We will do something, but we don't know what we're going to be able to do until later this week, because England is going into a new 3-tier system. We're going to come out of one of the all England-wide lockdown and then go into a 3-tier system again, but it's different from the last system, and we don't yet know which part of the country is going to be in which tier. So that's helpful. Not. Okay, so that's all stuck on. So see what I mean by it just fits into the square. Really pretty, and we've got that nice solid area in the middle. I'm actually going to put a mini dimensional on there, which I have tucked away here. And I'm just going to take the opportunity while I'm leaning across to just check the website again. Let's see what's happening. No, we still have nothing coming up. Brilliant. Actually, I'm going to be slightly clever, and I'm going to move one of my tabs across. That's better. Right, so I can actually see what's going on a little better. Right, so I quite fancy having something behind some of the other bits of this. Now I have got some, I could actually, sorry, I'm kind of thinking out loud and talking to myself a bit. I'm going to just cut some of these mini dimensionals in half, because then they might be small enough to tuck in behind the balmy blue. Improving number wise, we'll know soon if we're moving. Yeah, it's a bit like us, Nora. South Oxfordshire, where I am, the numbers have started coming down quite dramatically, actually. Even Oxford City, which was significantly higher than the surrounding areas, because it's treated as a different area as far as the numbers are concerned. So Oxford was significantly higher, probably because of the students going back in September, but I honestly don't know. But yeah, that works. yes, hidden. The numbers in all of the surrounding county and in the city have dropped. South Oxfordshire is below 100 per 100,000 for the first time in weeks. So I'm hopeful that we will maybe squeak into tier 1, but otherwise I would imagine we'll be in tier 2 unless we are put into the same category as the city. And there is an argument for that, but I'm hoping that we won't be. So that's the basic card, but we have got these splodges. Now there's two things I'm going to do with that. A, I'm going to look for a sentiment, and B, I am then going to add some more bits and pieces. So I'm wanting something, I think I can have something there. I might go Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I might go any colour embossing. Oh, shall I go any colour embossing? Would that be fun? No, don't want that. I want that, probably. Or that. That's better. So I'm just going to grab a ruler because I just want to check something. So that is, no, it's not going to squeak onto a 3/4 inch. I was just having a think there. Right, okay. So let's go balmy blue and clear. I'm not sure if I've done this on a live before. I've done it before, and I've done tutorials on it, but I don't know if I've done it on a live. So I want my, hello Heather Goodman, I want my embossing to be balmy blue, but I want it embossed, if that makes sense. I want my stamp to be in balmy blue, but I want it to be embossed. So first thing I'm doing is inking up my sentiment with Versamark, and yes, I have used the embossing buddy because I still have it. And then I'm going to take my balmy blue and add some balmy blue, and putting Versamark on your balmy blue ink pad will not spoil your balmy blue ink pad. The other way round, yeah, probably. I'm going to go actually up because I quite fancy, yeah, no, I'll go in the middle. Used to be indecisive and all that. Haven't been able to open this as yet. Any ideas what I can do, please? I have no idea what you're talking about, Jill. What is it? Or this, rather. Do you mean the Merry and Bright promotion? So I've got my clear embossing powder. So Jill, if you give me a bit more information about what this is, I will help. But this doesn't, I don't know what you're talking about. So I've just put some clear embossing powder over my thing. Stamping, that's the word, so I'm trying to keep an eye on what Jill's talking about as well. Trusty cheese board time. Get rid of that for a moment. So I'm going to heat up my heat gun. All 15 from overseas and detected in hotel quarantine COVID. Ew. 15. Gosh, I wish we only had 15 cases. My heat gun is going on strike. For some reason is it properly plugged in. He seems to be. Anyway, it was making heavy weather of that. So I don't know if you can see, but that's actually shiny. I'll try and get some pictures on the website when I post it there, so you can see. I'm still waiting to find out what Jill was talking about, but I don't know. Right, okay, so I'm going to trim this down. Trim it there, I think, first. And then there. Oops, spin it around a bit. And then grab myself a sticky note. What I'm going to do is line the top of my sentiment up with the top of the sticky note, and then, oops, of course it's now sticking under the thing, but that's fine. Just move it back to where I want it, about there, because it's much easier. Actually, that's crooked. That's going to annoy the bejeebers out of me. That was crooked. I might do this by hand. There are moments when just doing things by hand. Still don't know what Jill was talking about. Right, the name McGowan, okay. And was on previous Facebook page. I lost contact with a lot. Okay. Still don't know what your previous comment was, Jill. You said, haven't been able to open this as yet. Any ideas what I can do? And I don't know what this is. So yes, I'm going to be brave and just cut this by hand. And it's not straight, but, you know, it's fine. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's leave it at that for the moment. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to pop up. Just, where should I pop it? I think I'm going to pop it there, because then it'll cover that splodge quite nicely. And again, that's going to go on dimensionals. And, right, okay, so let's stick some, whoops, let's throw that around. Did I clean that? Yes, looks like I did anyway, so that's fine. Right, that's crooked, that is so crooked. Good grief, that's crooked. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to stop being distracted by Jill's comment, because I really don't know what that's all about. So, sorry Jill, if you can clarify, I will try and sort it out. So I thought I'd use some of the really romantically named blue adhesive backed gems to cover up some of my splodges, because they are balmy blue, and so is our star. So that's 3. I might do 5 actually. So let's have one, I'll put one just there, and one there. So there we are, that is our first card. So pop that to one side, put away my embossing powder, which I don't need. Move that, remove my stamp from my Hujima Flip block, that's the word I'm looking for. And I'm just going to see if there's any update on the Merry and Bright. Bear with me. Oh, 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 oh. I think we've got 2 items up there now. Yeah, we now have 2 items up there. Well, that's so helpful. But at least things are progressing. Let me just see if there's an update on the demonstrator site. Just to see. No, still nothing there. So we now have 2 items, neither of which are reduced, so that's great. Right, okay, so number 2, procrastination over. Right, this one is going to take me a wee while to put together because it uses all of the little filigree bits. So again, I've got, this is actually the same paper as the first one, but I'm not going to put vellum on top, so you're going to get quite a different look. This is a darker piece of it anyway, but it will give it quite a different look. Misty Moonlight card base, because Misty Moonlight is one of the colours, although looking at it I might want to go navy instead. Let me have a look. Night of Navy. Is Night of Navy going to be a better colour? Ooh. No, no, I think I'm going to go Night of Navy rather than Misty Moonlight. Nothing quite like changing my mind partway through. Or not even partway through. So, trimmer. So, how I do my card bases is, because I'm using lots all the time, I do my scoring first. So I score because I mostly do long, thin, rather than short, fat. So, and then I cut, because then I can do 1 score and 1 cut. But if you want to do them individually, that's absolutely fine. So that is my card base. Quick change of plan. Oh yes, I prefer that. So let's just fold that in half. Definitely prefer that. Okay, so I'm just doing the 1 layer this time. But what I'm going to be doing, and again I'm hoping that these will just peel off quite nicely. May not, but I'm hoping they will. Some will. Okay, so I'm just going to poke out the ones that won't. And these then pop into the middle of the stitching of this particular star. You can use the other stars as well. So let me just go back to Facebook. So like that. So let me just whiz through those. It die cuts beautifully through the balmy blue. The dies go beautifully through the balmy blue, but adding the extra depth of the adhesive sheet does sometimes make it a little bit too thick. So sometimes it does stick longer than you, or more of it sticks than you really want. These are kind of Art Deco-ish, I think. It's that sort of style. And I love Art Deco. It's one of my favourite styles of all time. It's why my engagement ring is as it is, because it's very Art Deco in its styling. I was thrilled when we found it. It wasn't at all what we thought we were going to get, but I love it. What was quite a challenge with my engagement ring is we got engaged before I got the ring. That wasn't the challenge, but my wedding ring was Martin's mother's wedding ring, and it's not 9 karat gold. It's got more rose in it than, so this is ordinary 9 karat gold. This is got, I don't know whether it's rose gold or what the makeup of it is, but it is rosier. It's not as rosy as rose gold, but it is rosier. So getting an engagement ring that matched, couldn't put just standard 9 karat gold next to it because it's all right on a different finger because they're apart, but bang next door to each other, not so good. So yeah, we were really lucky. We found it in a little jewellery store in Oxford, down one of the side streets in Oxford. So yeah. And it was the right size. They didn't even have to resize it for me, which was amazing. Hello, Barbara. Barbara's very kindly already sent me a Christmas card. My first Christmas card has already arrived, all the way from Canada. Right, I'm just going to turn this over and give it a good press before. Why did I think you were in Canada, Barbara? Oh, no, it's not you who sent me the Christmas card. It's someone else, I think. Anyway, I do have my first Christmas card, and it is from North America. I'm going to leave it at that, I think. Right, so that's going to go. Again, I like things not necessarily square. I think square looks really boring. But that's just me. So I'm going to attach my designer series paper. Now, I do always go both ways in the corner. I don't know why, it's habit, but it does mean there's more chance of getting adhesive actually into the corner of the paper. It doesn't actually matter which way up the card is. Oh, bless you, Barbara. Right, so I'm going to pop that on there, but I am going to put it on dimensionals, and then I'm going to stick these bits on, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge because they go round the side. So I'm going to do one large and some small. I say around the side, they actually go into the divots of the star. That's what we're working on. My brain. I was really on the ball this morning. Everything was going fine. I needed to deliver something to someone in the village because we've got a committee meeting for the WI later this week, and I needed to drop something off with the treasurer. And I said, that's fine. I'll either drop it off before or after my Facebook Live. I got up early. I had a leisurely breakfast, meandered down to this lady's house. No, not a care in the world. And then as I got back, I found an email from one of my customers saying, I can't shop your link. And that was that, really. Since then, everything's been a little fun. Standard gold is 14 karat. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I think it's not 14 karat. Ooh, the adhesive's already off the back of that. So that's going to go there. We have either 9, 14 or 21. 21 is quite soft. 9 is the hardest, which it couldn't make it up. 9 is the hardest, as in most robust. So that is why quite often things like wedding rings and signet rings will be made from 9 karat. But I don't know what my rings are. Oops, don't move. Come on, down you go. Down, down boy. These are very, very fine, and the moment you touch them, they stop being quite as sticky. So you want to touch them as little as possible. In fact, I might use my tweezers because they're going to have less grease on them. Yes, 9 karat is very, very tough stuff. I've had my signet ring since I was 21. I wear it every day, and I mean for everything. So even in the days when before I used gloves for gardening, I would garden with it on. I used to take it off when I was sailing, but that was about it. It has started to wear down one side rather than the other. So I now wear it upside down just to even it up a bit. But it has been on my finger for all bar the shouting 40 years. It came off when it was re-engraved for my 50th birthday, but other than that, it's been on my finger for 40 years. Right, and the last one, and then we just need a sentiment, and this card will be done. I'm tempted to stamp my sentiment straight on to the paper. I know, scary. If it goes wrong, I can cover it up. It's fine. So that's where we are at the moment. So lots and lots of shimmery, which is gorgeous. So I'm just going to refresh the online store again, just to see what's happening. Yeah, we still have 2 items on the sale, and neither of them are reduced. Right, okay, so I don't need that because we've gone a different way. So, oh, I might use Believe. Or, actually, Lots of Love at Christmas might be fun. So if I go Night of Navy, so Night of Navy. Yeah, I think the problem is global, Renee. I don't think it's just the UK and Europe. From what I can gather, it is global. Fingers crossed, everyone. I'm coming down here because... Ooh! No. I'm coming down here because it's paler. And I've deliberately chosen something that doesn't matter if it's straight. There we go. I'll just close the ink pad and then I will hold it up for you to see. So we've got, I know it's slightly out of focus, I apologise, but again, there will be pictures on my website tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. So don't you love that there is this promotion and it's all gone pear-shaped? And it's a 24-hour promotion. We are already starting the, but we've got to have 24 hours. Extend the promotion. So, don't know if they will. Right, so that's that one. That's number 2. Where are we time-wise? Ooh, 11:47. Whoops. Right, okay. Well, this one shouldn't take too long. And nor should the next one, because the next one will be not dissimilar. So this I have die cut from the rainbow glimmer paper, and I've chosen the purple area. I don't know whether it's probably Gorgeous Grape rather than Highland Heather, but I've chosen Highland Heather as my mat. So let me grab my bone folder, which is inevitably buried. So I'm going to have that down. Actually, I'm going to stick my paper to my card first. So I'm actually going to put the adhesive on the card, because sometimes that works. I miss which DSP. I'm using the Snowflake Splendour, spelt with a U if you're in anywhere other than North America. Just saying. Fortunately, none of the sentiments in the stamp set have the word Splendour in them. Because otherwise it really would be quite an issue. So the Snowflake Wishes is the stamp set, and Splendour is not one of the words that comes into it. I had that out for some of the other things that I'm doing later in the week, because I'm doing some snowflakes later in the week. And for those of you who got the December Daily class, the items that I needed to order have been ordered and are due to arrive today. So that should mean I should be able to get that out either tomorrow or certainly by the end of the week. If we get too far towards the end of the week, I will send them first class. But because obviously it would be nice if you could start using them in December. Right, so there are bits that are not stars that I've got rid of, and there are bits that are stars. This I have not used the adhesive tape on, the adhesive sheet rather, so I'm going to just pull out the stars. And those, some of these I'm going to use as, well, all of them actually I'm going to use as embellishments. So that is the die cut as it is, but you get 5 stars as well. Ooh, that's what I was meant to do with this. I was going to add a star, an embellishment in the middle. So I'm going to put a Knight of Navy. This will be a large letter. From the moment I put this down, this will be a large letter in the UK, because one, there are dimensionals. Yes, Renee, they are. Orders through the demo site are fine. If later in the day the customer site still isn't up, I will be offering to place orders for customers through the demo site as workshops. But at the moment, I'm hoping, well, they're going to have to sort it out, basically. Anywho, but yes, they are. It's very annoying, so it will work, but just not on both sides. So that's going to be where it goes. Oh, quick drink. And as I say, I have not, underlined 5 times, used the adhesive sheet on this because I wanted to be able to move the die around. So I got the purple because the rainbow glimmer paper is rainbow. So for this, I'm going to use tweezers and glue. There are some obvious places where you can attach and use glue. So any ends, and then anywhere that is a reasonable solid. So that's an end, that's solid, that's going to get caught, that's a nice solid, that's a nice solid. So you see what I mean? Just, and the little stars are nice solid places. So it's not difficult because you don't need to actually have adhesive on the whole of the die cut, just need it in a few strategic places. And as I say, for me, a strategic place is at the end, particularly if it's at the end of something swirly. So I'm going to pick this up with my tweezers, and I might have turned it over actually, but never mind. I think it's raining. It looks sunny, but I can hear what sounds like rain. How bizarre. Oh well. So there we are. That is really nicely adhered, just with a little bit of Tombow. These, any that are large enough, which I think might be all of them, I'm going to pop a dimensional on the back of. I might actually just, before I stick them, I'm going to put the dimensionals on, and then I'm going to decide where my sentiment might go. Karen Benny is here, and Claire Humphreys. Right, so that's the largest I can have, or the smallest rather I can have, that is full size mini dimensional. So we're going into half size mini dimensionals. Might even go smaller than that. No, we'll just go half size. You're all very quiet today. You're probably all going off and checking whether the ordering system is working again. So you couldn't believe that it's going doolally. Just as the UK wakes up. Chucking it down with you, is it? Right, I'm going to kind of position these where I think they might go, and I am just kind of throwing them to a degree just to see where they end up, because I think that looks kind of more natural. Might move that out a wee bit. That's actually quite a nice display. And then I'm going to grab, there's Believe, which has got a little star on it. So I'm going to grab that and Highland Heather and stamp again. I'm going to stamp straight onto the DSP and be brave. If I go wonky, I can always cover it up. But I'm thinking I might nestle. Keep your fingers crossed, everyone. Yes! But yes, I thought I might just nestle for that one. Where's my cleaning thing? There it is. Chamois. So that's number 3, and then we've only got number 1 to go, and then we're done! And we can do drawings and things like that. So let's just remove the backing. And again, I'm going to pop them at angles, because if you put something down at an angle, it's fine. If you try to put down something and it's meant to be straight and it's not. Of course it's Thanksgiving in the US this week. Of course it is. It was last week, I think, in Canada. So there is our next. You can always cover things up, Bee. But yes, nothing quite like just having the courage of your convictions. So really simple, 1 die cut and 1 stamp. Not difficult. Right, so last card. Then I can show you what I've done for the spot. So again, white card base. White is my favourite colour card base, particularly for Christmas cards, because you don't need to line it. If you have a coloured card base, you need to line it so you can draw write on it. So this is vellum that I've run through the Snowflake embossing folder. That's the word I'm looking for. So really pretty on the vellum. I mean, it's pretty anyway, but really pretty on the vellum. And again, balmy blue. I'm going to pop this down first. And then I'm going to be brave and see if I can put glue behind some of the Snowflake embossing and see if it see if it shows through. Because my thought process is, if it does, I can A, cover it with an embellishment, or B, cover it with the... Why am I taking the lid off when it's already off? So I'm thinking there are some bits that are quite white. Yeah, I think I'll get away with that. So where it's quite solid, I'm going to pop a little bit of Tombow. So on the more solid snowflakes. Good question, B. So Barbara, are you have you got restrictions over Thanksgiving this year for numbers? I'm guessing it depends on which state you're in. Because I know Utah has gone into horrible figures. So yeah, I guess it depends on where you are. Right, fingers crossed that this is going to go down okay without the adhesive showing too much. So I'm going to press from the back, not too hard because I don't want to flatten the embossing. Yes, love it when a plan comes together. Right, so this is the same die cut, but it's got adhesive on the back. It's crazy over here right now. Yeah, it's crazy over with us. What I don't quite understand is why the UK is worse than some places. Belgium is dire. I mean, their infection rate has been horrific. It's just unbelievable. I'm trying to pull something out that isn't even... Requesting neighbours turn in neighbours. Good grief. Yeah, we've had a bit of that, which is not totally friendly. So I just need to get rid of some of the bits that are not meant to be there. That's not meant to be there. Oh, my stomach is growling. You don't need to know that, but my stomach's growling. Yeah, I mean, it's clear to me that that we have had people breaching the restrictions, because otherwise the numbers shouldn't have gone up. They shouldn't have gone up before we went into lockdown, because we were already in a restricted in the tiers. So I don't know quite what's going on. Don't understand. Right, okay. Now, I quite liked it that way up. No, I'm going to go up a bit. Now, I don't think I'm going to put a sentiment on this one as much as anything, because we've got all this lovely embossing. Ooh, I picked up a scrap there. So that's that. And then we've got the stars, which we can then stick down as well. And again, these are adhesive. So I'm going to try and get the stars in between snowflakes. There is one large one, this one, which I might just have to cover a snowflake. But again, I'm going... Oh, that one I didn't. See, that one I don't like, that it's not at an angle. That's better. I prefer stars at angles. I mean, who would think? Who would think that was a thing? And then I've got one more. And I've got to use it because I've got odd numbers. Oh, actually, I'm going to pull that one. No, I'm not going to pull that one up. I'm going to pull this one up, hopefully. Pop that one there, and that one down there. I have actually lifted the fuzz off the back of this, or the glitter off the back of this one. So I'm just going to pop a tiny weeny teeny little glue splodge in there, and that will stick that down. And as I say, that I think I'm going to leave as is, because I don't think it needs anything else. So that is COVIDiots, absolutely. That is the last card for this morning. So let me just bring back in the ones we've done, all using the Stitch Stars and the Snowflake Splendour DSP, just in different ways. So those two are technically the same, but because they're different colours, do look quite different. And then we've got vellum and vellum, and then we've got vellum here, no vellum. But yeah. So I hope you like those. We are now just gone 12 o'clock, so I can let you into what we're doing for the spot challenge this week. And it's a sketch, and I've taken it almost literally. So it is circles intersecting and then a banner. It's just gone live on my website, fingers crossed. So, on the subject of which, let's just have a check on there. So No, so the promotion's still not working. So go over to my website, have a look at the spot post, and then you can look at the other inspiration pieces from the other members of the designs team, and have a go. Love a sketch. And this is the stitched circles, and then this one is from the North Pole dies. So that's that. Right, okay, on to important things now. Wendy Pems, sorry, late again. Well, hello, Wendy. Absolutely, and thank you for sharing. Thank you all for sharing. So what you are sharing for this week is the Thoughtful Blooms stamp set, which was last year's celebration, and it goes with, which was also in last year's celebration, but is now for sale. And if we can ever get the Merry and Bright sale promotion up and running, that would be 10% off. So yes, it goes with the Thoughtful Blooms. It goes with the little punch. So that is the prize for sharing this week. Sharing 2 weeks ago was the All Adorned, and the winner is Elizabeth Knox, who I think is not in the UK. So Elizabeth, could you contact me to let me know which of my tutorials you would like in lieu of this, and I will get that out to you. So there we go. So thank you very much indeed. Do remember that if you share, you will be entered, and you just put shared with a D on the end, and you can do that on both Facebook and YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you would like the kits to make these cards, then please use this host code and place an order that is at least £25. And as soon as I hear that the Merry and Bright online extravaganza is actually online and extravagant, I will let you know by putting a post on my website. So fingers crossed that we'll be back up and running soon. Thank you very much indeed. Have a very good day. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you again next week with luck. Bye! We now go through the 5 minutes of me closing the live because it always seems to take a few goes.